Today we're going to be talking about credit card processing. I have done 2 blog posts, I've done 2 podcasts on this, and probably a dozen posts or more on the different Facebook groups and including our group. So one more time, we're going to talk about credit card processing fees. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business.
More rewards, more savings. With American Express Business Gold, earn up to $395 back in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select shipping, food delivery, and retail subscription merchants. Enjoy the benefits of membership with the Amex Business Gold Card. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
Pretty much every day or every couple of days, someone asks me about credit card processing fees and how they should account for them. Part of doing your food costs. It's a part of doing your menu costs. It's a fee that you know is most likely going to be there and you might ought to include it in your pricing. But then I always will have somebody that will say, hey, I got an offer for free credit card processing. You want to look into it for me? And I don't need to look into it because I know what they're doing. It's not truly free credit card processing. What it is they're going to force your guest to pay the fees. And they're going to do it in a blatant way. And they create a whole bunch of problems for you, but guess what? These credit card scammers don't really care. All they worry about is overcharging your guest and making all that extra money. So how do these credit card scammers work? They will say free credit card processing. And then they will, in most cases, is tell you, take your price the way it is right now and let's up it 4%. And you go, okay, that sounds good. It's 4%. And then what they're going to tell you is then we're going to, when somebody comes up and pays cash, you're going to discount back down 4%, which puts you back where you were. So the 4% that you moved up your prices now becomes the processing fee that this company will retain. So they will send you the funds less the 4% they keep. Now think about that. If you know what Square's credit card processing fees are, it's 10 cents per transaction plus 2.6%. Which means they have effectively charged your guest 1% more. That's how they're making their money. And here's another little secret they don't ever tell you. They are getting much, much better rates than Square. So most likely they're making around 2% profit off of the transaction for you. But they tricked you into, because, hey, it's free credit card processing. And you fell for it. The other thing that they will tell you again is that discount. But that 4% that you give as a quote-unquote discount, that effectively is your credit card processing fee. So every time somebody steps up and pays in cash, that's the credit card processing fee. You don't think about it that way because you are just discounting. But what this dastardly little scheme does to you is it takes away your ability to count that as an expense. Because before they tricked you into doing this credit card processing scheme, this free credit card processing scheme, you could take the credit card processing fees as an expense. But now you can't because they're the ones that are running the credit cards. You got the full amount you had on your menu, so you have no expense. And then the discount isn't an expense either because it's a discount. Not only are you hurt because you have lowered your own sales, you don't have an expense either. You have to take credit cards. Number one, over 90% of all payroll is direct deposited, meaning people don't go to the bank anymore. They're going to whip out a debit card. They're going to whip out a credit card to pay you. So you got to take credit cards. 80% of people prefer to pay with credit card. That's their go-to. That's their preferred payment choice. Only 14% prefer to pay with cash. And then the other 6%, whatever's in their pocket. You got to understand credit card processing fees are a part of doing business, just like buying salt, just like buying cheese. If you were to add a line on your receipt saying salt charge or cheese charge, it doesn't make it free to your business. It's still an expense. And you would get to expense that. You would get to take that off of your top line sales. But when you give away a discount, you don't get to. But somehow they leave that out of their presentations when they trick you into falling for the cash discount free credit card processing scheme. They are disingenuous with how they present the material. So you as a business owner, you got really 4 choices. You can not take credit cards. I already explained that's a problem. Most people would rather you took the credit card. You can pass along the fees to your guests as a convenience fee, and whatever nomenclature and weasel words you use to get that fee on the receipt. You still look small time, you still look petty, and there ain't nobody doing it in food service that's a major chain. The little mom and pop places do it because they don't understand math either. You could offer a cash discount, but guess what that makes you look like? A gas station. And I don't know about you, but most gas stations, if they sell food, they're hot dogs on rollers, and the restrooms are filthy, and they're selling old, cold canteen sandwiches, all of that nonsense. You don't want to be associated with that dual pricing structure. Pay this for credit, pay this for cash. Makes you look cheap, makes you look, people can't do the math real quick, so don't even put yourself through that. The easiest thing, the thing I've talked about for years, just include it in your price. And then when somebody comes up and pays cash, guess what happens? You made more money because the credit card processing fee still goes to you. Doesn't go to anybody else when they pay cash. You don't give it away as a discount. All yours. Now, why do I get so adamant about this? Because why does it matter? It's not my business. If you guys want to chase away people, hey, it's on you. You know, I really honestly and truly want you to be successful. And you can't be successful when you got people in your ear saying, hey, give them a discount. Everybody does it. And then you can charge more. But guess what? I'm going to charge them even more because I get that fee. I'm going to get that 4% fee, which would have never been what you would have been charging. But here's another reason. There is a credit card processing company out there that decided to be honest with their research. And they set up a survey and they paid a company to find out if consumers cared whether they paid credit card processing fees or not. Now, this company was hoping they would find out that consumers don't mind paying an extra. 71% of those consumers that took this survey said they do not like paying fees and that they would stop going to a business that charged them a fee. As a business owner, when you either give a cash discount or you charge an additional fee, are telling your consumers, your guests, your people that are waving money in your face, I have a preference on how you pay me. I don't care what your preference is. I want you to pay me in my preference. So it's all about me. It's not guest service. So when a guest steps up and says, hey, I'd love to pay you with a credit card, you just say, absolutely awesome. It's going to cost you exactly what it costs everybody else that pays me in cash. I will not penalize you. I will not treat you differently. I will not be prejudiced against how you choose to pay me. I welcome your business. 71% of people will avoid certain businesses that charge fees. You'll not see that on any of these quote-unquote free credit card processings because they don't want you to know that. So this company that's a credit card processing company decided they would work a different direction. They would help their clients learn how to better manage their expenses so they can include the credit card processing fee in their pricing so that they charged every consumer exactly the same amount. You want to start a fight? Just go up, open up your menu board and put 2 columns. One that says credit, one that says cash. And then tomorrow, you're going to have people come up and say, well, how come it's different? How come I got to pay this way because you want me to as opposed to how I want to? If you're that worried about somebody paying you with a credit card that has points and they're getting the points for having shopped with you in the first place, you don't understand business. But see, there's no credit card processor going to tell you that. No free credit card processor going to tell you that. They don't want you to know the downside. They don't want you to know that when you charge one guest differently than you charge another and they both start to talk, they're going to ask you, how come you're treating me different than you treat someone else? Why do they get preferential treatment, or why am I being discriminated against? Because I chose to pay you with this method. Why do you get to dictate to me how I'm going to pay you? Do you not want my business? I can tell you 100% you will lose customers. 100%. And why can I say that? Because I know, having done this business for the last 45 years, how consumers are, how guests are, how people that spend money with businesses are. They don't like being mistreated. They don't like being treated differently because today I'm paying with a credit card, but yesterday I paid with cash and it was cheaper. They remember that kind of stuff. So if you want to fail in business, jump on the free credit card processing bandwagon, because that's all that's going to happen. You will not survive. If you want to make as little money as possible, the first place to start is free credit card processing, because that's the road to take you down to failure. Thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow, because I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.